Good morning, stampers, card makers. I am Deanna Blackman. I'm Stampin DeDe, and my business page is Stampin DeDe's Doings, and today is Stampin Thursday. And we have something different every Thursday, and this particular Thursday is our stepped up stamping. So we are going to take this sketch that you're looking at, and I am going to turn this where it's, I can't handle stuff that's not even. Isn't that awful? That's crooked. And I never know how my phone is going to position, so this is going to do it for us. All right, we're going to use this sketch. It's a very basic, very simple sketch. And we're going to make a basic card from it. And I'll show you that. And then I'm going to step that card up a little bit, add a few things to it, and show you that card. And then we're going to make the avid card, the very embellished card. We're going to make it together. You know, we all start off with stamping and card making. We all have a beginning, and none of us start off as avid card makers, or at least I didn't. I have really progressed over the last, 8 years. And I know that some of you watching are beginning card makers. Some of you are moving forward in that, and you're experimenting with more things. You have more supplies. And then some of you are avid card makers. You have lots of supplies, and you really like to zhuzh it up, you know. So that's just, I just want to demonstrate that process, and we're going to learn from it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you're watching live, it would really help me if you would just say hi. Let me know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, I would love to have a comment from you. Or you may be watching it on YouTube later today. And I would love to hear from you as well. And if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to ask. I'm more than happy to help out. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, somebody that you place orders through, or attend classes or ask questions, I would love to be that person for you. And you can just email me at SuzyZoo, SUZYZOO, at Verizon.net. You can find my contact information right here on this business page. So I would love to hear from you, and I would love to be able to help you out. So we're going to get right to this card. Hi, Kay. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. All right, let's do it. So the set that I used for this card was Quiet Reflection. I wanted to play with it. I bought it because the idea of using different colors on these images really intrigued me, and I wanted to try that out. Plus these sentiments, praying for his comfort to soften the sadness and bring you peace. Isn't that beautiful? God is our refuge and strength. To remember is to give life to those who've loved and lost. That's really awesome. The friendship of a pet is one of life's greatest gifts. Isn't that cool? You know, we all have friends who've lost pets, and you almost don't have a card appropriate for that. Well, that will make it appropriate. You're on my mind, and sorry for your loss. So it's a clean stamp set, and we're going to be using a couple of the stamps from this set. to make these cards. All right. So here is our basic card. Now, I will tell you that I am practicing with this stamp, and I get better as I go along. So my first image was not just real clear, but I thought, you know what? We all go through that. We all have those. So I just went ahead and went with it. I'm going to lower this just a little bit. Hold on. Here it comes. And maybe this will give us just a little bit more visibility. Make it a little easier to see. All right. Okay, so that's our basic card. Just stamped it on white cardstock, used some designer series paper from the Countryside. What is that one called? Countryside Inn, which is in your annual catalog. It's in your annual catalog. And I added the greeting from this stamp set. Pretty much followed this sketch exactly. But you can always take a sketch and dress it up a little bit. So the next card that I did, I used a mat or a card front, and I cut the image out with the deckled circles and added some gems from the, now I don't know which set I added those from. Let me look. That one. I think it was, no, it wasn't that one either. Well, I'll have to figure that out, because I ended up using a different one. It's from this set, the Opaque Faceted Gems. It was from this set with Calypso Coral, Pecan Pie, and Pool Party, and I used the Pool Party gems on there. All right, so we're going to take this several steps further, and I don't know if you can see that I got better. I got better stamping this image because it's the trees and then the reflection in the lake. And I just thought this is so pretty, but I'm going to have to work some more with it. So we're going to set these aside now, and we're going to start with the same boho blue cardstock for our last card, for our avid card, and I'm going to give it a good burnish with my bone folder. All right. Then we've got our basic, our card front, and I'm going to put it down with Tombow glue. Let me get my little lid bolted down here with a rubber band. All right. Come on, glue. Come out. There you go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put our card front down. We got that. Now this time I took the strip of DSP, and I'm going to mat it with the boho blue. I thought that would really look good and add a little bit of, just a little bit more depth. So I'm going to center that on the boho blue. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to trim it off a little bit Looky there, I didn't trim it. I got in a hurry, I guess. That one's for the inside. Okay. Throw that away. I need to move this down just a little bit. Boy, I almost waited too long to move it down. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to have to come back because I pulled that up. And now it doesn't want to stick. All right. There we go. And then I'm going to just adhere this. I'm going to pop up, I think, the image. So I won't pop this up under it. Just going to center this. All right. We've already added a little bit of depth there as we matted that. And then I think we'll do our stamping. And what I decided to do, or because I wanted to try it, I decided for this one, I would use 2 different ink pads. I actually tried using a blender brush, but the image just didn't come through very clear. So I abandoned that idea and decided to go with this. So this is Night of Navy, and it's going to be the water. And I just need to, you know, get it right up to that center. Okay. So that's the Night of Navy. Oh, sorry, I didn't. So I did this and got it up to the center. And then I'm going to use Pool Party for my trees. So, you know, I just played with it until I got it where I wanted it to be. I think that's about it. All right, we'll see how this turns out. Like I said, this is something you've just got to fool around with and work with a little bit. And that's what I'm doing right now, fooling around with it. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my image down good. Okay, there we go. You can see the trees. You can see the trees reflected in the water. I think that turned out really well. It's getting better every time I do it. Now I'm going to take one of the deckled circles and I'm going to cut this out. So let me go do that. So now we have this cut out. Put my deckled circle aside. Put this aside. While we're stamping, I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment. And I'm going to clean this stamp off. Just because if I don't, I'll lay my hand down in it. And there you go. I'll have ink all over me. And I'm going to a funeral right after this, so, all right. So I'm going to do a little bit, we're going to do the stamping for the cinnamon. And the cinnamon is sorry for your loss. I've had too many of these lately. Too many. All right. So I'm going to use the Night of Navy for this, for the cinnamon. I think I'll set it down. I can get a better coverage, more even coverage that way. And I'm going to put it sort of close to the bottom so I don't have to trim it as much. Did you see what I did? I got the edge. So let me wipe my edge off. Yeah, I got the edge on there. Try that one again. Get it as close to the top as I can. There we go. That happens, especially when you're in a hurry and you mash down, and oh my goodness. So I'm going to get out my little mini trimmer that we were able to earn. It's been quite a few years ago now, and oh my goodness, I love it. They should bring it back. And I'm going to trim this to... Now, I'm just eyeballing this, and you'll have to forgive me for that, but I'm doing this on the fly. Okay, I want to make this even and get it close to the bottom. That's the one I messed up on. All right, I'm going to trim a little off of this end. All right, I think that's pretty close. And now I'm going to banner my ends, which, as you know, we just take a snip, go from the corner to the snip, the corner to the snip. Do it again. I'm going to banner both ends this time. Corner to the snip, corner to the snip. All right, so we're ready to put our, but you know, I want to put a little bit of string behind this. So, and I want it, I'm not going to tie a bow. I just want it to stick out a little bit. Let me see if I can. So I want to do that before I put the dimensionals down. Let me make sure I've got this long enough. Oh, I do. Plenty, plenty. Bring that in a little bit. Yeah. All right. So what I want to do is take my dimensionals right here. I'm going to put them on the back of this, but the first one, I think I want this to go kind of this way. Yeah, it's not going to show up very good right now, but I'm going to put a dimensional right here and another one right here. So let me go ahead and get those. Let me get this on because I just want it to lay right on there. And just stick out a little bit. And we'll straighten it out in a few minutes. All right. Oh, I did it there. Okay, that'll work. That'll work still. All right. Yeah, I did it. I got it backwards because I had it upside down. So we'll just put some more dimensionals on here. And I'm spacing them out a little bit because I'm going to tuck something underneath it, I think. All right, so we're going to put this here. and here. I'm going to position that. You know what, did I not? I didn't put one right there because I could feel it not holding it up. All right, now, put this here, bring my bow out here. Okay, right there. Right there. There we go. So we've got our image on. I swear I have crooked eyes. There. And I'm going to trim these a little bit so they're not hanging off so much. And I want this one, I'm going to have to put a little bit of pressure on that one. Get it to cooperate. Come on, get off of me. There we go. Okay. Now, I also thought I would tuck a little banner under there. Just a little one, just to, so maybe that long. And I'm going to banner the end, just one end, because the other one I'm going to tuck underneath. So I'm going to put a dimensional, I think. Since that's popped up, I'm going to pop this up as well. And, whoops, that dimensional's sticking out. I don't want it to stick out. So I'm just going to tuck it right under there. There we go, right there. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Did I drag it off with my sleeve? No, there it is. I'm going to banner the end. I'm going to put a dimensional under here. Get all my little scrappy pieces. And I'm going to stick it right here. Maybe a little more in. Maybe right there. Just to, I don't know. I like it. All right. So, now our sentiment. Let's figure out. I think I'm going to put some flowers down here. Again, just to add a little interest. So I'm going to put my banner, or my sentiment up here. And I'm going to put dimensionals on it. All right. Probably didn't need 4, but I did that anyway. And I'm just going to overlap it just a little bit. Right there, maybe. Let's see if I got that straight. Well, my goodness. All right, now we have that. So I punched some flowers just to play around with this. I used the Petal Park Builder. And I just punched these two. So I didn't have the Misty Moonlight, so I'm going to punch those. So I just took it and positioned my paper until I had, really all I wanted was those two. And I'm going to punch it down so that I don't make a mess, a bigger mess. All right, so I did the Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight. That's my Misty Moonlight. And I did a Night of Navy and a Boho Blue, which is the background here. So let's see what I think about that. Does that add a little bit to it, maybe? All right. Oh, I see my hubby's watching. Thank you, Clint. All right, let's do that. I'm not really going to turn these up or anything. I'm just going to... All right. So I'm going to put this one on here. There we go. And this one on here. You know, you could use different colors and they would show up more. But I wasn't as concerned about that as just adding a little bit of depth and adding just some more points of interest. All right, let's see now. Let's do that. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm just going to get them down flat. Tuck them under that corner just a tiny bit because I really want my flowers to show. I think I'll do this one next. Right there. Here we go. Last one. Right there. How's that? Now, I think to finish it off, I'm going to use some Pearl Basic gems. And, I kind of like the idea of them being on this a little bit. Maybe here, 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 and here maybe, or let's see. And since that's already popped up, I'm going to use a small one here and here, and then maybe a bigger one up here. Yeah, I think it needed just that little bit of something. All right, you know what? I want one on the sentiment too. So that means I'm going to have to put 5. You know, you need to have an odd number. So maybe another big one down here somewhere. I like it down here, I think. Looks a little more even. All right, now we've got it. There we go. This is, whoops. I'm going to have to make sure that one stays, there we go, stays down. This little bow right here does not want to cooperate. I think I'll pull a little bit more through there and trim this off a little bit. You know, it's a work in progress. Do you come back to a card and do a little more on it each time? Sometimes I can finish it all at once, but more than not, I have to come back and say, oh, I'm going to straighten this up a little bit. I'm going to do this. All right, here we are. Here is our sketch, our basic card, and then we added a little to it for this one. And then our really embellished card right here. So you can see my progression. I just got better and better with the stamping of it. I love that stamp. And I can't wait to use the other one too. So again, it's the Quiet Reflection set. And I used this stamp and this sentiment. And I want to use that one. It's just such a simple way to add some interest to a card. All right. Well, thank you for watching wherever you're watching. Kay, thank you for being on here live. You are so faithful. And thank you, Clint, for being on here as well. So Y'all have a great day, a great weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.